This morning, a warning for parents about the fruit juice you might be giving your children. New testing from Consumer Reports found concerning levels of some high metals like arsenic and lead in nearly half of the juices it tested. And those contaminants could increase the risk of behavioral problems like low IQs and other health risks. Here's how to protect yourself and your family.
The Hinkson brothers don't drink a lot of fruit juice.
Normally they drink mostly water. They're very active, so we like to keep them hydrated, and the juices don't really do that for them.
Consumer Reports tested 45 popular fruit juices sold across the country, including apple, grape, pear, and fruit blends, and found concerning levels of heavy metals in nearly half of them, including juices marketed for children, who are particularly vulnerable to the harmful effects of heavy metals.
Persistent exposure to these heavy elements, particularly early in a child's development, can have long-standing effects throughout their lives. Their respiratory systems, their neurological systems, their immune systems are all developing. And so having those exposures early in those ages can have very profound effect.
The American Academy of Pediatrics has long recommended limiting amounts of juice, mainly because it contains lots of sugar. But American children still drink a lot of juice. In a recent survey of parents with young children, Consumer Reports found that more than 80% give their kids juice, potentially exposing them to heavy metals. In Consumer Reports testing, it found 7 juices that contain enough heavy metals to potentially harm children who drank 4 ounces or more per day. An additional 9 juices pose risks to kids at 8 ounces or more per day. Lastly, Consumer Reports found 5 juice boxes that posed a risk to children if they drank more than 1 per day. So how did these dangerous compounds get into our juice? Heavy metals are naturally found in the environment, but much of the heavy metals in food come from soil or water that's been contaminated through pollution, mining, or pesticides. So what can you do?
So we understand that there are a lot of foods out there that have traces of these heavy elements in them. So that's why it's really important to make sure that you feed your children a broad variety of fruits, vegetables, and other whole foods to ensure that you minimize your exposure.
And that includes drinking water.
We try to give them water so that they can learn to enjoy water.
Most of the juice companies which responded to Consumer Reports' request for comment said that they did their own testing and adhered to all government regulations. Some also noted that heavy metals can be naturally occurring, as mentioned in our story.